Alright, what about Amiobi here? We are reviewing a course that's new to the TGC Tours completed courses thread called Glacier Ridge Country Club by mbuenger, Buenger. Hopefully I got that sort of close. And the thread says, "Welcome to Glacier Ridge Country Club. We are reopened for business after the club owner took remodeling suggestions and a name change to heart. This scenic golf course sits on a glacial lake on the outskirts of Glacier National Park. Parking is off-site as golfers arrive by ferry to the clubhouse." Interesting. "Enjoy a challenging yet fun round while taking in stunning views, but beware, danger lurks around nearly every hole. Maybe you'll be lucky and win a car with a hole-in-one on number 2. If that's real, that would be cool. I'm guessing it's not. After your round, enjoy a drink on the clubhouse patio overlooking the lake. We hope you enjoy your round at Glacier Ridge." Cool. Nice little write-up there. So, what do we got kicking things off here? The view looks nice from the tee. We get down in the fairway, and it's quite tight. The bunkers are really cutting into the fairway. Yeah, I think I'm just going to smash it up here because I think that it's actually more difficult to get it, to lay it up and be safe than it is to just hammer it. And if I'm in the rough up there, I'm not going to be all that bothered about it. I didn't put enough cut on that. Off the tree. Oh, that went the wrong way. Okay, didn't see that, but it's bounced over far enough that there's no big issue here. So let's see here. First thing I'm noticing is these rocks in the front of the green. I'm not really understanding the point of them. Bunkers are circular on the left-hand side here. That one's maybe a bit on the flat side. There just seems like a lot of bunker around this green that's quite small, which it makes sense for it to be a small green at the length, but especially that bunker on the right, it's quite big, and it starts probably farther away from the green than it needs to, unless it's there to catch drives that don't quite get up here. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'm wondering if those rocks are there so that you can't run it on. But it's just not the way I would have done it. So, well, assuming I designed, it's not how I would have chosen what I would choose to do there. I don't think. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. 163 for greens. It's fine. And the green's fine enough. It's small and it's a little bit of slope there on the right coming off the bunker, but other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Okay. Again, I'm figuring this is, potentially a debut course, but close to it. It's the designer hasn't got a lot of posts in TGC Tours, so I'm thinking this is pretty early on. Interesting touch with the tee blocks having the hole sign numbers on them. It's kind of funny. Okay. So here we've gone with the island green. What's this? Is it a bush? I guess so. The wall there you see right beside the aiming, to the right, sorry, where it kind of juts in. Could be done a bit better. I'm not sure about having it raised up either. I could see there being some issues there. It's quite raised up. You would think that the ball would roll on, like if it was rolling, it would roll onto that and then off. It wouldn't be raised up like that. Yeah, a little bit of work on that, I would say. And then I'm not sure that you... I mean, I could see balls hitting that and going flying pretty easily. I'm not sure if that was kind of the plan here or if that was really thought of. I don't know if this is enough into this wind. I don't think it is. No, it's going to get there. Oh, barely. Okay, didn't get a car. Are those the options of cars over there? Yeah, mine's better anyways. Green's a pretty decent size with it being an island green that's, 180-ish. Could play as deep as 200. This bush at the back or I'm assuming it's a bush. It's kind of hard to tell. It's just around the green just looks really kind of odd. It looks like it was a bit of an ambitious attempt to do some things, but I'm not sure that it's really pulled off quite how you were wanting it to. Alright. Yeah, you can just see how high those walls come up, and they really shouldn't. Okay, I think I would raise the tee here so I can see the fairway, not just stare at those rocks. And then what are we doing here? So I'm gonna try and sling one, I guess. Again, we got the bunker cutting in. Yeah, I'm just gonna sling one and see what happens. Nope, missed that one. No. Okay, yeah, I'm not loving that tee shot. It's. I guess you could just kind of. I mean, I executed that poorly. I needed to remember I was fasting it, so I needed to move it over. But I'm not sure where the drive was supposed to go there. And now we've got the water jetting in and making this really narrow. And I'm going to be leaving myself 2 bills in anyways. If I hit that shot, I mean, I think I'm hitting this and I'm not even going to get up there. I'm hoping I'm not going to get up there now. Okay. There's just the design of this hole just isn't filling me with joy, if I'm honest. I'm going to just loft up a 3-wood and hope that the wind can. Well, the wind kept it all right. That's not too bad. And then what do we got for green? Now all of a sudden we've got some red on here. The bunkers are. Yeah, there may be that one. The right one was a bit flat. Yeah, that one is too. Yeah, just a little bit of sculpting work and stuff. Oh, I haven't hit that. Well, this is not an easy birdie par 5, is it? Okay, and that's gonna come on over. Bit of a weird kind of the way it just shot right, kind of zigged to the right a bit there. Well, birdie the par 3, bogey the par 5. Alrighty. Now we've got 246 par 4, water deep. We've got a creek here. It doesn't. It's. I think you might need the level of the creek to be a bit deeper to make it more of a creek and less of a. Kind of looks marshy in areas here. And it looks like it would flood the place out pretty easily. A little bit of sculpting here that probably doesn't need to be quite like that. Bunker's kind of basic. Types of stuff you expect to see on from a new designer, really. Nothing, you know, I wouldn't say it's outrageously poor. It's just needs a little work. And then I saw a bridge over there. I'd have to look at it closer, and that's going to be a gigantic pain, so it looks like it gets the job done. Alright, and let me just have a quick look at the green again. Yeah, it's not too bad. It seems to make sense for the length of the hole. Okay. Alright, so what are we doing here? Again, yeah, I really would encourage you to be careful with these bunkers coming in like this. Pins over here. There's all manner of forest, so you can't really cut the corner, which is fine. I'm okay with that. What I'm not so much okay with is if I try to hit it to the corner here to leave myself with a 7-iron or so, I'm hitting it into a pretty narrow area. And if I go leave it back too far, like it's say I left it here, I'm blocked. If I leave it here, I'm blocked again. So I really need to get it up here. And even there, I'm not exactly completely clear. Yeah, it's kind of a right angle dog leg, and they almost never work. So if I take driver here, I'm just, you know what? I'm just going right over, because this is not going to work. This is absolutely not the play. But yeah. I just couldn't see a shot that made sense to me. Oh, it snuck through. Okay. That's one way to play it. I think we're gonna have to watch the replay of this one. Through the tree, land on the rough, roll it on, doink. Yeah, that design is after I make eagle, design needs some help. Okay, now we got. See, this is a bit better in the sense that we've got a little bit of room at least, and if I want to lay up short of the bunkers, I have some room to do it. It's interesting, and also now we're going with pots, but they're right kind of where the big driver gets to, so I'm not too upset with that. I think that it looks a little better from the tee as well, with it being more out in the open and not being quite so dark. Downwind, this is just blast away. Again, some smoothing here. There really isn't a reason to have a ridge like that. And then the green is okay. Well, it's a short-ish par 5, so you wouldn't expect it to be a super easy green. The bunkering is flat, so that'll be the end of me talking about bunkers, because they're consistently flat. Hey there, Lost for Souls. Lost Souls. Lost Souls. How's it going, man? Take a 4-iron at this. Oh, I thought the lie was gonna push it over a bit. That's still got some heat on it though. That really was downwind. That was weird how that bounced on. Especially considering the green's supposed to be on the other one. Oh, I see it. Okay. Oh, not too bad, buddy. Start of a new month and a new week and all that. Groundhog Day tomorrow. Geez, I almost went eagle eagle. That would have been crazy. The lads came through on Saturday. That makes us happy. Yeah. Okay, drivable par 4. I would like to see the fairway start more here-ish, so that I have more room to lay up if I want to. Because there's reasons to lay up. That hazard comes in pretty good on the left. But like downwind, there's no way I'm hitting this shot because I would go through. Into the wind, yeah. The green's pretty big. I mean, the green is basically designed for the drive, for like driving, trying to knock it on. I would probably make the green a little smaller and then make a more easily accessible layup area, and try to make the hole a little bit more difficult that way. Now, what have I done here? Okay. Not bad. Hey, old boy. No, this is Glacier Ridge. It's a new one to the completed courses thread, so I thought I'd give it a bash. How you doing today, man? All right. Now what do we got? Okay, so we're pinching the bunkers in there to narrow up the landing area. There is a potential to hit this fairway and be blocked out, which I'm not enjoying. Maybe a little bit of smoothing with that bunker. Oh, it was uphill. I might have wanted to check that. Get up. All right, now kick left. Can't have everything. Played round one, 8 under. Nice. Where are you guys playing? Now we got a really small green for what should be a small shot, I guess. But this one's got hills and I guess it's gonna play really small. Hey there, Scoot Magoot. How are we doing today? Whitewater Peninsula. I haven't played that one yet. Get up there. No, alright. And then long par 4 with a hazard to clear, but it's downhill a little bit. Again, the bunker pinching in. It's just very, very narrow too. where I want the wind to hold it up a bit. Cold and waiting for snow to winter in New York. Yeah, it's chilly here too in southwestern Ontario, I guess. We're -5 Celsius will be about 21 probably Fahrenheit. We already have our snow. This green is very, very shallow. It's a 490-yard par 4, I think, where you potentially might not be able to, where you got to carry a hazard, and again, someone won't be able to. And then very narrow green with some pretty harsh slopes to it. And that pin is, wow. That pin is what, about 9-10 feet from the front? Yeah. And then there's this fairway probably needs to be smoothed a little bit as well. Alright. Wind was always going to take that away. Oh, it's going to go deep too. Wasn't planned for that. -10 Fahrenheit this morning in New York. Holy smokes. That's not far from here. How was it so cold there? -10 Fahrenheit is probably in the neighborhood of about -22 Celsius, give or take. We never get that cold here. Like, ever. Well, once in a blue moon we'll get to -20 maybe. Okay, par 5. I don't know if these flowers here are working really. They're almost more distracting than enhancing to the experience. I'm not sure. We got a dogleg left. It's probably, I mean, yeah, okay. Big bunker on the right there. Just looks like we've tried a few different things to see what's going to work, which on an early design was understandable. I'm going to get blocked by that tree there, aren't I? It is a par 5. I don't have the right to get there in 2, but... gotcha. You're near Montreal. Okay. That explains it. Yeah, it gets pretty cold up there. Okay. Green's smallish, but it's a par 5. The rocks, I don't know if they would come into play. And that tree is bothering me. Because even to lay up, I gotta deal with it. It's giving me 4-iron. That's not gonna get there. Wow. Hybrid's gone, so maybe it is a 4-iron. Well, the fast canceled the cut. Alright, now we're in the rough just up here. That's fine. Oops. Snuck the pin in a tricky little spot there. Let's put some brakes on. Alright. So, I mean, you're way north in New York then if you're just south of Montreal. Huh. I didn't... Well, I guess I should know it went up that far. Okay. What's the... Alright, well, we'll get there in a minute. Let's see. Just kind of cut ski one into the fairway here. Don't mind the tee shot. Dog leg right. Bunker down. I mean, you could argue making multiple bunkers rather than just one, but I'm not going to get too wound up about that. This green is downhill. Can I see the pin? No, I don't think I can. No, I definitely can't. Not sure we needed to do that. And then this right here is, I mean, it's downhill, so I gotta be able to run it on there. And that's taking away the ability to. So. Getting snow in Jordy Land too, eh? It's winter, boys. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yeah, my American geography isn't great. Um, oh, yeah, don't go in. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, now we got some issues. Um, with this wind, how am I supposed to get it? How am I supposed to get at this hole? At this green, even? Ah, those trees are in my way. Bunker's too flat. It's a nice idea. I would do something with the tee so I could see the green because I think it'd be a really cool look. But I'm gonna hit the shot the way I normally would. And then, okay, I'm gonna get past the trees, but they just don't need to be there. It blocks the look. I don't know. And it's making me think, do I have to worry about working it around trees? And then what happened there? Oh, okay. There's a bit of a ridge there. I had to go up. It's okay. And at the back, there was a backstop. Huh. Interesting. I might go the opposite. I mean, I guess it depends on how much you want that water to be in play. There, you're basically, I'm going to have to fly it into the water almost. It's going to take a lot to get it in there, so. I don't know. I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm not always great at kind of coming up with solutions. I'm usually just better at coming up with things I don't love. Just not a great trait, unfortunately. Okay, so again, we're kind of narrow. This looks like a decent drive though. Pushed it a bit, so that kind of canceled this fast out. Okay, we're just gonna hang it on the fairway here, and then the green's actually not a bad. It's a touch small, but for the length of the shot, I can see it. Bunkers are quite big for the size of the green, though. And then I'd have to look at the fairway a bit more to get a sense of how severe that sloping is. But we're just pitching it in here. Alright, could have extended that peninsula, moved the trees back, left of the area, and maybe added a bunker, and it would have worked better. Yeah. I think what we're seeing here is a new designer who's getting used to the tools, and I mean, strategy is such a difficult thing to pull off. Okay, so now here, it's a par 5. Again, we've cut the fairway. If it's downwind, I can probably get over it. It's not downwind, so I can't, which is fine. So I'm just gonna popcorn a driver down here. Hopefully that doesn't kick off the fairway. Thank you. Okay, so I mean, a bit tight and whatnot. And then this shot here, where's my layup? This is all very tight. So again, it's almost like, I mean, if I've got a good chance of knocking it in the rough anyways, why not just bomb a driver down here? Oh, and I've hit it. It's perfect. That wasn't what I wanted. Off the tree. Wrong way. Okay, well, I guess that's why you don't just bomb a driver down there. Now I'm in here. Okay. So we will do what we did on that other hole where I hooped myself and we knocked it in. Bashed through the tree. That one didn't quite get through. So it's a little claustrophobic in places. Now, I took that shot on, hitting a driver, which probably wasn't the smartest play, but I honestly didn't really see where else I was going to go. Alright, if you're gonna make a second shot hard into a par 5, give me a place to lay out. There wasn't an obvious one there. The waypoint here is a bit messed up, being all the way down here. This green is just, wow, that's small. So it's 132. It's not quite 20 yards deep, and then it's not wide either. Oops. And then, yeah, this one, and then when you got the slopes, it actually doesn't even play that deep, because from about there, it's off the green. So it's more like, it's like a club deep maybe. And it's uphill. Alright, well, let's see what happens with this. Bit slow. Found the green, so that's good. And then the putt's not atrociously bad. I was expecting it to be worse. Good run. Good run. So, I mean, something I think that's worth mentioning is kind of tight trees in the way. Courses are, that's not my favorite. I mean, okay, now we've, yeah, this just isn't a great design, unfortunately. Where do I have to get to have a look at the green? It being a par 4. So I absolutely can't hit 3-wood because then I'm looking at that. Can I, if I hit driver far enough, can I get there? I don't know. It's pretty narrow. Okay, some smoothing needs in the fairway there. And then yeah, I'm still kind of caught. I'm still kind of cut off. What am I trying to say? Oh, hey, Grubbler, how's it going? Oh, and what do we got? Fortune cookie wisdom of the day. He who makes beast of himself gets rid of the pain of being a man. All right. Yeah, not into the wind. Into the wind, this would be no fun. Even this, I'm kind of blocked. Because if I aim like I should, that's going to hit the tree, isn't it? Oh, it's over. It's, yeah, it's unfortunately it's not a great design. Into the wind, you wouldn't have a shot. And it's a par 4. Like if that was short par 5, you could kind of get away with it, but I don't know. I mean, that was the one wind I think I could actually play it in the way I play it. Otherwise, I'd have to hit a cut, I guess. But into the wind, you can't. Another thing I would suggest is work on the waypoints again. This is 2 par 3s in a row where it's suggested me 20 yards short. And it's just some sculpting. The bunker's huge. That pin is really in the front. There's some things to work on. Oh, the wind's got me. We swimming? Yep. I can drop here? Really? Surprised by that. Okay. So, uphill a bunch. That's quite a drop, too. Just realized. My nice white +4s are probably all muddy now from that. Don't hit it in the water. Yeah, just okay. Now we got this lake to deal with. It's okay. Good length par 5, like long par 5. I feel like I have some room to play with here. I don't mind the way that the water cuts in there at driver length. And then I've still got 7 miles to get home into the wind, which is fine. But you've got a bunker here, which is actually where you would maybe want to lay up. Now, I could hit a horrible shot and do what I did yesterday and make a complete fool of this, but other than this bunker up here, what's my reasoning for not just smashing this thing? I appreciate it's into the wind, and it won't always be, but one of the things that I think is probably difficult with a long par 5, if it's going to play 3 shots, is how do you make the second shot interesting? Because that one was just pound it. And this green is something else. Wow. I would suggest that bunker is too big, and the green wraps around it too much. And yeah, Ben does have a great video on the topic of long par 5s. B101. Check him out. He's probably the best, if not one of the best, if not the best, when it comes to strategy in designing your holes. He has a lot of good ones, but especially about the par 5 and drivable par 4s and basically every kind of hole you can create. He's got some really good videos on how to do it. But yeah, the bunker's too big. It wraps around too much. I see what you're going for, but I'm not sure it's quite been pulled off. Oh, burned it. Ben is all about tactics. I don't know Ben obviously, but from what I gather, I think that's what Ben enjoys most. Or it's one of the things he does enjoy about designing a course is he enjoys the strategy of how do you get from here to there. And I think South Yard is a wonderful example of that. So, okay, for this course, again, I'm assuming you're a new designer. You don't have very many posts in the forum, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is your first effort. There's some stuff there that I think we might need to work on. The bunkers and coming into the fairways, there's some sculpting that we need to deal with. There's some strategy we need to look at. It's a matter of looking at it, and when you're playing the hole, does it make sense? And this is where play testing is so important. Does this hole make sense? Is there a plausible, reasonable point A to point B to point C or whatnot? felt like a couple of holes were just kind of tricked up and gimmicked because it may be to make them harder, or I'm not sure. Maybe it was just you playing around too. But yeah, I would have a look at some of Ben's, Ben and Canuck. So B101, Crazy Canuck, they both have some great tutorials on courses. I would have a look at some of those, and when you take another crack at a course, try to incorporate some of what they say. But keep going, keep going. I'd like to see what you come up with next.